Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we turn pages and spill tea. Book tea, of course. Today, we are diving into five incredible books that will make you laugh, cry, question your existence, and maybe even text your siblings. You'll see why. We've got the gut wrenching trauma of my dog Vanessa, the chaotic yet philosophical musings of Mrs. Dalloway, the poetic heartbreak of Open Water, the feminist fury of Vindications, and the tangled web of Family Secrets and Blue Sisters. This isn't just a review, it's a literary therapy session, so buckle up, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive in. This book is like staring directly at the sun. It's searing, painful, but you just can't look away. My dog Vanessa is an unapologetic dive into the murky waters of power dynamics, manipulation, and trauma. Think of it as Lolita, but told from the perspective we always deserved, the girl herself. Vanessa is, to put it bluntly, a messy character, and I love her for it. She's not here to make you feel comfortable or to tie everything up in a neat bow. Her story is gut wrenching and complicated, which is what makes this book so compelling. Every page feels like peeling back another layer of trauma, and honestly, it's exhausting in the best way possible. The writing, impeccable. It's hauntingly beautiful to the point where I had to keep reminding myself this is fiction. But the narrative has this too close to home quality that'll have you questioning everything about power and consent. It's not an easy read, but it's an essential one. So it's a harrowing, beautiful written exploration of abuse, powerful and identity. This one will stick with you long after you close the book. And of course, I've given it 5 out of 5 on Goodreads because it really, really deserves it. Reading Mrs. Dalloway feels like getting lost in a maze of thoughts, but in the best way possible. It's like being invited to a dinner party where everyone speaks in a monologues. And instead of responding, you just think, wow, that's deep. Clarissa Dalloway is buying flowers, and the next you're questioning the meaning of life. The stream of consciousness style might not be everyone's cup of tea, but once you get into the rhythm, it's hypnotic. This book is quietly devastating. Beneath the surface level elegance of parties and high society lies a deeply introspective commentary on time, mental health, and the roles we are forced to play. It's timeless and honestly slightly intimidating. If you're ready to embrace introspection and philosophical musings, Mrs. Dalloway is for you. But if you are looking for action and plot twists, this book is more thought parade than a thriller. 5 out of 5 from me on Goodreads, and it's definitely not going to be the last book by Virginia Woolf. Open Water by Caleb Nelson. This book is pure poetry. No, really, Open Water reads like it was written to be read aloud at a jazz club on a rainy evening. It's raw, lyrical, and heartbreakingly intimate. A love letter to both connection and the complexities of Black identity. The story revolves around two unnamed characters fallen in and out of love, but it's so much more than a love story. It's about vulnerability, masculinity, and the struggle of being seen in a world that one often refuses to see you. The prose is so tender and evocative that it feels like a warm hug right before it punches you in the gut. That being said, the style might not be for everyone, and it's introspective and non-linear. So, if you are a fan of fast-paced action, this might feel like swimming through molasses. But for those who appreciate the beauty of words and the depths of human emotion, Open Water is a masterpiece. An exquisite emotional dive into love, identity, and self-expression. Okay, so you're picking up Vindications thinking how intense can feminist philosophy from 1792 really be? Spoiler alert, very intense. Mary Wollstonecraft came out swinging and she did not miss. This book is a rallying cry for women's education, autonomy, and equality. It's unapologetic and so far ahead of its time that it feels like it belongs in a TED Talk playlist. Wollstonecraft's arguments are sharp and persuasive. This woman knew how to drag societal norms. Sure, the language can be a little dense, hello, 18th century syntax, but the message is clear. Women are capable, intelligent, and deserve the same opportunities as men. Reading this feels like you are standing shoulder to shoulder with one of history's OG feminists, and it's pretty empowering. A must read for anyone interested in feminism, history, or simply watching Mary Wollstonecraft roast. 18th century misogyny and 5 out of 5 timeless ideas, but the language might require some caffeine. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, the title. Blue Sisters sounds poetic, right? Well, poetic doesn't even cover it. This book is drenched in emotion, grief, betrayal, hope, but not in an I need a glass of wine to survive this kind of way. It's more of a let me stare at the ceiling and rethink my own relationships kind of vibe, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. The story revolves around two sisters who are as different as day and night, but are bound by a past that's anything but simple. The way the author explores sibling dynamics is chef's kiss. It's raw, it's messy, and it feels too real. You know, when you're arguing with your sibling over something trivial, and suddenly it becomes a conversation about childhood trauma. Yeah, that's the energy here, but magnified. The writing is where things get spicy. It's the kind of prose that's so lyrical you want to highlight every other sentence, but at the same time, it doesn't try too hard. It's beautiful without being pretentious, which, let's be honest, is a difficult balance to strike. Every chapter ends with this quiet punch that leaves you gasping for more. Um, Kind of like binge watching Big Little Lies at 3 a.m. Uh, and here's my tiny gripe. It does get a little too heavy at times. The pacing slows in the middle, and I found myself flipping pages like, okay, let's get back to the drama, please. However, the payoff is worth it because the ending had me clutching the book and screaming, what just happened? So, who's this book for? If you love your family dramas with a sprinkle of mystery, morally grey characters, and stories that make you feel all the things, Blue Sisters is for you. If you are happy, if you are here for happy endings and rainbows, maybe pick up something light because this book is going to make you feel like you've been emotionally dragged, but in a good way. Blue Sisters doesn't just tell a story, it makes you live it. It's raw, heart wrenching, and deeply thought provoking. It's the kind of book you'll want to discuss endlessly with friends and probably cry about too. Um, 5 out of 5 from me on Goodreads. This one's going straight to the books that ruined me in the best way, Shelf. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future content.